Namaskar. What happened here? Well, if you read the tweet that Trump put out, where he said that 14 missiles were fired on US air bases in Qatar, 13 were taken down, one was allowed to land because it was not threatening. And I hope Iran has taken their anger out of their system and can then now sit down to talk. But this is just Trump saying it. Is this a fixed match? Because many people are asking whether this is really a real response or was it a fixed match. You know why? Because the United States vacated these bases a few days ago. Not only that, when Qasem Soleimani was eliminated by the United States, Iran gave advance intimation of a specific location, I think it was in Iraq, that they were going to attack. And they said that, well, we're just giving you a priori information. And that again was like, they just went and took out something that was already abandoned. So again, was that for the consumption of the local people, that Iranians? Then what is really going on? If both of these people are trying to derive some political mileage out of it, meaning Khamenei and Trump, what really is going on? Because just now, like about half an hour ago, Israel gave a alarm, a vacate warning to District 7 in Tehran, saying that we are going to bomb this place massively, so everybody evacuate. And that's going to happen probably in the next few hours. I mean, when you have civilian areas, and these civilian areas have military establishments embedded in them, this needs to be done because you don't want any innocent people losing their lives because of this. So this is one of the possibilities that is happening. The other thing is that something is in the works. Maybe Iran has, see, if it knows that it doesn't have any nuclear and enriched nuclear stuff in Fordow, what it's going to lose, of course, is the infrastructure. But maybe they are trying to do something else with it. But where are they hiding that? I think I think the Mossad has enough idea about where things are in Iran. They seem to have a very, very good idea. So we don't know. I think this is where things stand. Will Israel continue to pound targets inside Iran? What is the end objective? You've denuclearized them. What are you going to do next? So you're going to bring in a regime change. For regime change, why keep attacking? Because at some point of time, people are going to start hating you. Any new regime that will be installed will also be hated for the same reason. If you take away somebody's house, then that causes problems, isn't it? So I'm just getting a lot of questions in my mind. I don't know if there are any answers yet. Are the two countries, United States and Israel, working to a plan? Or is it something that is sort of a haphazard, let's see what happens as we go along kind of thing? We don't know. Let's wait and see how that plays out. But one big loser, in my opinion, in all this is Qatar. And why Qatar is because United States had a certain definitive mindset when they moved out their assets from Qatar. Well, I'm not saying this. Major General Rajiv Narayan a few days ago on my channel said this. So just take a look at what happened here, because here we are not only going to talk about US abandoning one airbase in Qatar. We are also going to talk about the saga of the naval personnel being put to death. Remember that part, right? That happened about 2 years ago, and then everybody was magically pardoned. This was something that was really strange that something like that would happen. So let's just listen to what General Rajiv Narayan had to say about this. Here we go. Assets out of Qatar is a big deal. Qatar must be really like sweating right now, because this was their huge USP, that we will do both sides and make both sides thrive, things of that nature. And if the assets have been moved from there, where is he moving them to? America.
He would be moving them to the other bases around in the Middle East. I don't think they feel very secure in Qatar. Like Qatar is to Middle East was Pakistan is to South Asia. Running with the hare and hunting with the hounds. So,
sir, you'll have the answer to this. See, remember that 7 or 8 naval personnel, ex-Indian Navy personnel, were sentenced to death, and then it was retracted. Sir, what my source tells me, this happened a few years ago, was that Qatar's navy was filled with people from Pakistani navy, and India said, wait a minute, why are we allowing these guys to go and sit there? Why don't we also start applying for some of these jobs? That's how Indian Navy people also got in there. And somewhere somebody has done mischief. ISI is number one at doing these kinds of mischief, and that's how that happened. What's your take, sir?
Yeah, that is how it happened, because ISI got very worried, and they played their cards, and these people came. And India played their card, because see, Qatar, like quite a lot of these West Asian countries, Arab countries, has more expats than their own population.
Yes, yes.
And the biggest expat community, which literally runs Qatar, is the Indian expat.
Yes, yes.
India sent a warning to them that we are moving out all the expats. Saudi Arabia, UAE, Iran, Taiwan, Japan, they all wanted these people. He just came on his knees, because that was what was the biggest worry. That if the Indians pull out, and the Indian embassy had already issued a warning to all these people that visa to Qatar would be terminated and you're going out, but you're getting visas to other countries, you decide where you want to go and you can go there.
Yeah, yeah.
2 minutes, Qatar on its knees, and that's it.
So you can see how global politics revolves. Now with US bases also gone and India more or less reading them the Riot Act, then what followed was, I think there was a face-saving gesture on part of India, that when the Prime Minister, the all-influential 𝗟𝗡𝗙, came visiting to India, that Prime Minister Modi went to the tarmac to receive him. So these are the after effect. They just probably wanted to say, okay, fine, all is well, don't try this thing again, but you know where India stands. So India has this power now. So those of us who will say, oh, no, if you say something against some Islamic gesture, that there will be backlash on Indian employees in this country, that country, those days are long gone. So we are at a position where we are saying, look, we don't want to deal with your local politics. We want to get compensated for our talent, and we'll take care of the stuff for you. Actually, this is modern day India, which is exactly what used to happen in East Africa. Whether it was Uganda or Kenya, Indians were the ones who were running these governments. And Kenya still, India has some say, but of course, the Ugandan government drove out all the Indians, and they've kind of scattered. Many of them actually moved to the United States. So a lot of things are happening. What is really going on in terms of real thing? And this is a mystery to me. How long will Israel continue to pound? Are there more things that they feel could be related to nuclear enrichment? See, this is the other thing that's going on. If they really did take out the assets from Fordow, transporting enriched uranium is going to leave traces of radiation everywhere it goes. It's not so easy. So you want to, if you want to show your tracks, which is radiation traces, you want to do it at a time when you are very close to launching the real thing, not when you're trying to saying, okay, I'm going to move it from here to here. Also, Israel went back and attacked more places in and around Fordow. Some recalibration is going on here. Vice President J.D. Vance has said as much, that we may have missed out some enriched nuclear fuel, and who knows, maybe that's what Israel was taking out. I'm just airing all my thoughts here to you folks, because I don't know what exactly is the game plan here, and as to what exactly they are going to do. In the end, what people want is peace. And what is happening in the Straits of Hormuz? Well, they said that they were going to block it, but are they really blocking it? Looks like traffic is still continuing. And the next 24 hours will, clarify this also. Whether it was just a threat that was, allowed to let go, or maybe that was a threat and the US said, okay, fine, let them come and attack the Qatar base, US Qatar base. Then that begs the next question: will US ever come back to Qatar? Is US also telling Qatar, look, you cannot run with the hares and hunt with the hounds. Lots of questions, right? I think clarity will emerge in a couple of weeks' time. If the Straits of Hormuz is under control, chances are that I think this will die down, and again another peace talk track will start, and hopefully that will end at a point where Iran can join the mainstream world with all the sanctions lifted. Let's wait and see what happens. Are there any questions? No, I don't think they have any questions. Mani, thanks for your concern. I'm actually in the United States right now, so it is afternoon time for me, and I was going through so much information coming across. And take a look at some of the links that I've provided in the reference section. You will understand there's some misinformation, some disinformation, and there is some truth. So trying to gauge what is true and what is false, you have to need go to 2 or 3 different references, and they all should triage to tell you. Triage means connect at a point that tells you that okay, this is what is probably happening. So that's all I have for you. I think somebody pulled a long story saying that Iran's enriched nuclear fuel is 200 feet, 200 meters beneath Abbottabad. I don't find that credible at all. So wait and let's see how this plays out. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to click on the bell button for notifications. Namaskar.